Matthew Livelsberger, A Complex Life and a Tragic End. Matthew Alan Livelsberger, a 37-year-old U.S. Army veteran from Colorado Springs, Colorado, lived a life of complexity and contradictions that culminated in a shocking act outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas on January 1, 2025. His story intertwines themes of dedication, service, and tragedy, offering a glimpse into a life shaped by military discipline, personal struggles, and unanswered questions. Military career, a legacy of service. Livelsberger's life was deeply rooted in military service. He devoted 19 years to the U.S. Army, including 18 years in the Elite Special Forces, a unit known for its rigorous standards and critical missions. Joining the Green Berets in January 2006 as a communications specialist, Livelsberger quickly established himself as a skilled and reliable soldier. Over the years, he rose through the ranks, eventually serving as an operations manager and team sergeant. His roles often required extensive training and expertise, highlighting his commitment to his country and his unit. In February 2023, Livelsberger's career took another step forward when he became a remote and autonomous systems manager. This role involved overseeing drone operations and maintenance, a vital component of modern military strategies. His experience in managing advanced technologies positioned him as a key asset in the evolving landscape of warfare. Personal life, a study in contrasts. Public records reveal that Livelsberger resided at multiple addresses in Colorado Springs, suggesting a life of frequent transitions, likely influenced by his military career. His wife, Sarah, has been identified as a registered Democrat, with a history of expressing opposition to bigotry on social media. In 2016, she shared a graphic advocating for inclusivity and tolerance, showcasing a family committed to progressive values amidst a backdrop of conservative military culture. The Livelsbergers' personal life appears to have been relatively private, but the few glimpses available suggest a blend of traditional military discipline and modern, inclusive perspectives. Friends and neighbors have described Livelsberger as quiet and disciplined, traits that often accompany those who dedicate their lives to service. However, the events of January 2025 reveal a more complex and troubled individual beneath the surface. The tragic incident. On New Year's Day 2025, Livelsberger's life took a tragic and violent turn. Driving a rented Tesla Cybertruck filled with improvised explosive materials, including firework-style mortars and camp fuel canisters, he parked the vehicle outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. Moments later, the Cybertruck exploded, killing Livelsberger instantly and injuring 7 bystanders. Fortunately, none of the injuries were life-threatening, but the explosion caused significant damage and panic. The Cybertruck, rented through the Turo app in Colorado Springs, became the focal point of an intensive investigation. Authorities sought to understand Livelsberger's motives and any connections to broader plots or grievances. His actions shocked the nation, raising questions about how a dedicated soldier could transition into an individual capable of such destruction. Possible connections and ongoing investigations. One of the most puzzling aspects of Livelsberger's story is the potential link to another New Year's Day attack in New Orleans. Hours before the Las Vegas explosion, Shamsuddin Jabbar, another Army veteran, carried out a violent attack in New Orleans. Both Livelsberger and Jabbar had served at Fort Bragg and were deployed to Afghanistan during overlapping periods. Additionally, both men rented vehicles through the Turo app, adding another layer of similarity. These parallels have led investigators to explore whether Livelsberger and Jabbar were connected in any way. Was there a shared grievance, ideology, or experience that drove them to act? Or were the similarities coincidental, the tragic outcomes of unrelated individual struggles? As of now, no formal connection has been established, but the investigation remains active and ongoing. The role of mental health and transition challenges. Livelsberger's actions have reignited discussions about the challenges faced by veterans, particularly those transitioning from active duty to civilian life. The Special Forces community is known for its rigorous demands, often leaving veterans with physical and psychological scars. The stresses of prolonged deployments, exposure to combat, and the pressures of maintaining high standards can take a toll on even the most resilient individuals. While it is unclear whether Livelsberger sought or received mental health support, his case underscores the importance of providing comprehensive resources for veterans. Many soldiers struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, depression, and other mental health issues, often compounded by feelings of isolation and difficulty reintegrating into civilian society. The tragic outcome of Livelsberger's life serves as a somber reminder of the need for proactive measures to support veterans. Community reactions. The incident has sent shockwaves through both the Las Vegas and Colorado Springs communities. Residents in Colorado Springs, many of whom are familiar with the challenges faced by military families, have expressed a mix of shock, sadness, and confusion. Those who knew Livelsberger describe him as disciplined and dedicated, struggling to reconcile this image with the violent act he committed. In Las Vegas, the explosion has heightened concerns about public safety and security. While the physical damage was limited, the psychological impact has been significant. Tourists and locals alike have expressed gratitude that the injuries were not more severe, but the event has left a lingering sense of vulnerability. Legacy and lessons. Matthew Livelsberger's story is a tragic and cautionary tale. It highlights the complexities of military service, the challenges of transition, and the potential consequences of unresolved struggles. His nearly 2 decades of service stand in stark contrast to the violent act that ended his life, leaving behind a legacy marked by both dedication and devastation. For policymakers, Livelsberger's case underscores the urgent need for enhanced mental health resources and support systems for veterans. The military community, while resilient and resourceful, cannot address these issues alone. Collaborative efforts involving government agencies, nonprofits, and local communities are essential to ensure that veterans receive the care and support they need.